So, I've got Natron installed, so if we go Natron, I can open that up. And what Natron does is it opens up this little shell window here so we can see what's going on. But unfortunately, if Natron crashes, then that window will disappear. So I'll say no at this point. So I've got no version of Rotobot installed at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and install this one that I've got in my downloads. This debug version, right, which has a little bit of extra verbosity. And I'm going to do my best to entertain you while we watch a scroll bar move from left to right. But so what we're going to do is, while that's coming up, I'm going to open a command prompt, which might be a bit new to you if you're not used to using Linux computers, but it's really not that scary. The same way that I opened Natron before from the menu, I can hit C and then hit Tab to complete program files, and then I can do, I'm hitting Tab a few times there in ARA, and then I can do Natron, and then hit slash and type B, and then hit Tab again, and it comes up with bin, hit slash and hit NA, and it comes up with Natron, and that's going to open Natron when I hit enter in a second. So I'll just get this installing. So that's going to install this debug version, which is identical to the other version. It's just got a little bit of extra verbosity so we can see what's going on with the memory on your machine if it's crashing. So also, to watch the memory, I've right clicked and brought up the task manager, and the task manager has this performance tab which has a GPU monitor. Right. So my computer's a bit busy at the moment. It's recording and installing and doing lots of things, and we can see that this is using a lot of the disk. But what we can also see is that when this decides to update, the sun's getting really bright. When it decides to update, we can, and this is installing all the libraries fresh. Hopefully there's room on the machine. I'll just empty the recycling bin just to make sure that there is. That's helped. So this is just copying a file from installer. You've probably done this before, but once that is installed, I can run Natron like this, just by typing that command and hitting enter on the keyboard. This will launch up Natron, and that's all that the shortcuts on your computer are really doing, is running an executable from the command line from within the computer, and this is just sort of so we can get inside and see what's going on. So I hope you fast forward past that installer. I'm just going to quit my browser so that doesn't interrupt me. Close that as well. Okay, at this point here, I'm going to read in a piece of footage of some kittens, which I'll upload so you can have it. And then I'm going to lay down Rotobot segmentation, and then I'll just do that again because I did that without explaining. So I'm hitting tab on the keyboard, and then I'm typing read, then hitting the down arrow to choose image, and then I'm browsing to that image 6463 footage. Then with that selected, I'm hitting tab again and typing ROTO, and that'll bring up Rotobot segmentation if it's installed properly. And then at this point here, I'm just going to select this and hit 1 on the keyboard, or you can get this viewer noodle and connect it to the Rotobot segmentation. And now if we come back over here, because it's a debug version, we're going to get a bit of extra detail coming through, and we can see here that there's 4.8789 gigabytes of free memory, right? Which means that we're probably going to have enough room to fit this model into RAM, and we've actually got an error saying it's failed to allocate 4.9794, which is greater than this 4.89 version, which suggests that I probably do need to get a new build out. But we'll see if that crashes or not. And it looks like it hasn't crashed, and we've got a picture of the kittens. And then if we press play, it'll go ahead and calculate a few more frames, and we'll see here that everything's starting to slow down a bit, but nothing's crashed. So we'll come back to this, and we can see that we're up to frame 10 at the moment. So that's, oh no, that's frame increments, but where is our playback head? Still on frame 1. Have we actually crashed? No, it's calculating away. You can see compute 0 going up and down. So this is just getting through frames. So then if I hit stop on the keyboard, everything should be okay, but I do know how to cause this to crash. So if I go to approximate, it'll swap over to another model, and it'll say swapping model to segmentation fast. There we go, we've got more GPU activity. Then we could press play for a few frames just for laughs and see that this estimation version's calculating a lot quicker. Well, that's all good. So I'll hit pause, and then for my crash, I'll untick approximate, and it will go back to the non-approximate model, and it will go to allocate memory. And because we had this error here, CUDA error out of memory, that will be enough to cause it to really get in a state and to crash with a bit of luck. So what it's got to do is come up with the calculation. Maybe it's going to make a liar of me and it's just going to get through the other side. Okay, that still hasn't crashed. Now press play again. No, it's still not crashing. But the point is, by starting the Windows version of Rotobot through Natron with a known program and known piece of footage and known error conditions, this makes the only variable your computer, so we can have a look at that and see if something is different on your installation which is making things go differently. So I'm going to upload this, the Natron version installer and the footage in a zip archive, and then if you want to, you can go ahead and download this and have a look and see if you can reproduce the error. Alright, thanks for your time.